Just so you know, Chief, I am recording. I am not going to make this a long interview. I want to preserve your wind. I want you to preserve your wind.
Okay.
Let's. Can you see me? There we go. Let's start this way, Chief. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm blessed. Real blessed right now to be here, and I want to talk about the fact that if anybody's doubting getting the vaccine, please, please get the vaccine. I mean, that's the two biggest things I can tell people right now is this is not a hoax. This is not about politics. This is real. It's very dangerous. It comes on quick. I was taking all the precautions. I actually took my vaccine Monday morning and the 28th. And my Dr. Gamber, my medical director that works with us, he and I cut a video to the department to encourage others to take our lead and do the vaccine and don't get caught up into the hype. And unfortunately, I did not know that I was already infected at the time I was taking the shot. So it was too late for me. But I went downhill really fast. By Wednesday morning, I had tested positive. By Saturday, I was on oxygen at home. And by Sunday, I was in an ambulance on the way to the hospital. And I will be here in all likelihood 2 weeks before they release me. The good news, I'm getting better. They've got me on a special breathing machine that gives me high concentrations of oxygen. And I'm on a cocktail of medicines, and I'm truly getting the best care anybody could possibly hope for. But it's just a scary disease. Can't be with my family. I miss them terribly. And my coworkers, all my firefighters. Sorry, I'm emotional, but it's just been a tough go for the last couple of weeks. And I'm so grateful to so many people and for so many prayers that it's a debt I'll never be able to repay. But I'm looking forward to getting back and get back to 100% and assuming the job of being the fire chief.
And Chief, we want you back when you are ultimately ready and on the mend. How many more days do you think you'll be in the hospital?
Well, the doctor came in and visited with me a few minutes ago and said that he would see me Friday and he'd see me again Sunday. He wasn't talking about it at my house, so I'm assuming that I'm going to be here at least through the weekend. I got here on a Sunday, so it'll be 2 weeks this coming Sunday that I've been here.
It's a little different communicating with your loved ones over the phone, I'm sure. Who do you
Yes,
miss? Who do you miss most?
Oh, obviously my wife. We've been together for 25 years. We're inseparable. We go everywhere together. Everybody jokes that if you see one of us, you see the other. So not having her here, and she got to stand outside, and the nurses took me over to the window yesterday and let me wave to her. And just seeing her face and getting to talk to her, it's also just the memories, the stuff that haunts you. I remember being put in the back of the ambulance and the doors were shutting and she was crying her eyes out, and I was too, because at that point you don't know, you're going to go to isolation and you don't know how bad it's going to be. I said, my lungs filled up really fast with fluid. And the way the doctor described it was asking him how my chest x-ray looked. He said my lungs have been in a bar fight and they lost. And that it's just going to be a slow process for them to heal up. So I'm going to have to when I do get out of here in a week or so, I'll have to stay home for a couple of weeks and probably be on some oxygen therapy and just take it slow. But at least I'll be with my wife and my family, and I won't be in isolation. Right now, my guys want to say hi to me, but they're not allowed to come in the room, so nobody's allowed to come see me. And
I'm sure you know, Chief. And I want to give you a break from talking for just a second here. I'm sure you know, Chief, that hearing a message like this from you carries a lot more weight than any regular person. You are the chief of one of the largest fire departments in Texas.
yes, sir.
What do you want? What do you want people to know? The naysayers, the people who think it only affects the 1%, the people who say masks don't work, the people who say, you know, don't force me to do something. What do you tell those people?
My words to them are, don't politicize this. This doesn't know Democrat or Republic or blue or red. This hospital's full of good people. I hear daily the codes going out where the floor above me is the ICU, and someone's crashing. They're not with their loved ones. This is so not a hoax, sir. It's way beyond a hoax. This is real. I said, I hate being emotional. I try to be more stoic as a chief and a leader, but I've had two friends that I personally have known that have passed away from COVID that were Fort Worth firefighters. Uh, one of them was just this past week or so. I was out of it and didn't really read the email until it was a couple of days old and found out I'd lost him. But I got a lot of friends that are suffering. I've had my firefighters up here. I'm not the only firefighter to have to be hospitalized. There's been two others. There's been police officers with Plano that have been up here that have been hospitalized with this, and it's very real. We we have the ability to stop it. We just have to do our part. We're way further ahead than we were in March. We have a vaccine. We've got to take it. When you're offered the vaccine, I beg you, take the vaccine. Don't get caught up in they rushed it to market. I don't know what's in it. All that it's 95% effective. And we can talk about personal choices, but my question to anybody would be this: is it such an imposition to wear a mask, knowing that you could carry it, not even know you have it, and inadvertently give it to a good friend who maybe then gives it to their grandmother and it becomes lethal? Is it really that hard of an imposition to just say, I'm going to wear a mask, even if it's inconvenient? It's not going to last forever. We wore masks in 1918, 1919, and we got past it. This too shall pass. We're America. But I don't think that that's much to do for your fellow man, to take a precaution, to not politicize it, but just to simply say, wear a mask. It makes a difference. And we can argue it all day long, but put some common sense to it. If your mother or your brother, your loved one, anybody was about to undergo surgery, and you had a way to look into that operating room, and all the nurses and all the doctors were sitting there with no mask on their face, would you not wonder what the heck is going on? Why aren't y'all gloved up and masked up before you work on my loved one? So, the science is there. Let's follow the science. Let's just wear our mask for a little while longer. Let's take our vaccine, and let's just get back to caring about one another as human beings. And let's stop the rhetoric. I've said this before after 9/11. And none of us ever want another 9/11 again. But what I do want is I want the day after 9/11. I want that day where we were all Americans. We were all pulling for the same fight. We were all trying to achieve the same thing. And COVID is an enemy, and we have to beat it. And it's not an American enemy, it's a worldwide enemy. And the whole world's got to beat it. And we're making progress. We really are. We're getting closer. But I don't want anybody to wind up here, the feeling of drowning in your own fluid, not knowing if you're going to be a statistic or if you're going to be one of the lucky ones that gets to come out of the hospital. I'm one of the lucky ones. Whatever 2-week inconvenience I'm going to have here in a couple more weeks of recovery, I'm going to hold my grandbabies. I'm going to hug my son. I'm going to hold my wife. So I feel horrible for all those people that aren't going to get to say that, for all those people who thought this was nothing.
How many grandchildren do you have, Chief?
I got 2 grandbabies. I got a 3-year-old, 5-year-old granddaughters, and I got a 35-year-old son who's a fire lieutenant in Fort Worth, and he's out doing the job. He was the first Fort Worth firefighter, to my knowledge, to go take his vaccine. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and the majority of the firefighters are. I don't mean to say they're not, but sometimes they're 10 foot tall. They're bulletproof. They don't think anything can hurt them. I was once there, and this is not the flu, sir. I cannot describe to you enough that this is not the flu. And yes, while some people can get this and have relatively few symptoms or any, they literally could hug the neck of someone and send them to their grave. And that's not how the flu works. If you're sick, you know you're sick, and I know you're sick, and we're going to stay away from each other because you're not healthy or I'm not healthy. This is like a hidden enemy, like a Trojan horse that can be in you and you don't even know it until it's too late.
And Chief, you know, in the I know it's hard to tell physically, but you were in great health, right? You are a healthy man with, I'm sure, very limited comorbidities.
Yes, sir. I height and weight is proportionate. I'm active golfer, boater, walker. My wife and I are very outdoorsy people. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have heart disease. I don't have any of the underlying, nuances. So the misnomer that you're morbidly obese or that you're a bad diabetic or all of those things that you hear about, it's just simply not true, sir. This affects people in different ways, and this attacked my lungs, and it attacked it fast.
You have is it double pneumonia? Is that what you have?
Yes, sir, bilateral pneumonia. And I'm on the board of directors at the hospital, and we happened to be having a hospital meeting the day I found out that I was COVID positive. And I remember one of my fellow doctors that's on the board, she was admonishing me to get on it quickly. She's like, Chief, you got to take this serious. And I said, I am. I've already reached out to my primary care doctor. My primary care doctor was very aggressive with my treatment. She was putting me on a prednisone. She did a chest x-ray for a baseline to make sure my lungs were clear, and they were. She put me on antibiotics, and she even had me lined up to go into a program where they give you what's called BMAB. It's the short term, but it's to help you with the symptoms and to keep you from getting sicker.
Bamlanivimab. Yeah, it's a drug.
Sir.
Yeah.
But before I could get to, it was a holiday weekend coming up, and before I could get to that appointment, I just started deteriorating more and more. And so Dr. Gamber, the medical director for Fire-Rescue, he had some oxygen sent to my house, and he started monitoring me several times a day by phone, and we would talk. And then by Sunday, he said, I'm calling an ambulance. You got to go to the hospital, Chief.
So you've been in the hospital how many days now?
I guess it's Sunday made a week. What's today? Wednesday. So
Today's one. A week and a half.
yeah, a week and a half, something like that. And
Ooh.
I'm being told probably I don't expect to go home before next Monday. So I will have been here for at least 2 weeks. But I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm doing as good as I can do. And I'm just grateful for everybody. Like I said, the outpouring of I've had prayers from all over the country. My firefighters, the hospital staff here has been amazing. They have
In which
such
in which in which hospital are you at, Chief?
Medical City Plano,
Okay.
and they have every person that comes in the room's got their own story, and they love on you. They know you're isolated from your family. They know that you need help. They're not just running in and running out. They're taking good care of you. And like I said, it's a debt I'll never be able to repay. I'm just grateful, and I want everybody to please take the shot. When it's your turn to take the shot, take the shot. The side effects are so minimal compared to what this can do to you. And again, ask yourself, how would you live with yourself if you don't take this shot and you wind up getting it and don't know it, and you pass it to a loved one or a friend and they succumb to it? You got to live with that. And I just don't, I don't really think people are that hard-hearted. I don't think. Are you still able to hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Okay. But at any rate, I'm really thankful for the opportunity to just get the word out. I thank you for doing the interview with me, sir.
And I'll do my best. I'll do my best to hope your words carry and that people listen. Like I said, it is one thing to hear from someone who, a regular Joe on the street, but to hear from the chief of the fire chief carries a lot of weight. And you talk about this debt, but your continued service, even in doing this interview, is repaying that debt. And I appreciate you trusting me with your story, Chief. Is there anyone else that you think should deserve to be a part of this story that has been yeah.
If he has the time, yes, sir. Or is Dr. Mark Gamber, who's an emergency room physician here at Medical City Plano, and he's also our medical director for Plano Fire-Rescue.
Okay.
He's a hero. He saved so many lives, and he has just been a remarkable individual. And he's in the war every day. He and his fellow doctors are down here with these nurses, these caretakers, and they've been dealing with this since March, and they've been trying to get the word out. And
I'll do it.
He's very much a part of the story, and he's very much a part of how I say I'm sitting here right now, because when he said you're going to the hospital, there was a very strong resolve in his voice that was, you're going to the hospital, Chief. So I love him. And again, I want to say hi to any of my Plano Fire-Rescues personnel that are listening, and my fellow city employee, Plano people, and city manager and elected officials, and everybody who's called to check on me. I love all you guys, and I look forward to being back in uniform soon and being able to serve the community.
We look forward to making that time happen, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you again, sir.
In your official capacity. Chief, one last thing. I would like for you, if you can,